What's up, everybody? It is Vinny from vdubproductions, and I'm welcoming you to my new Dynasty for College Football 27. We have first-year FBS school, the Sacramento State Hornets, which is the closest FBS squad to where I live at right now, and I'm glad they're in the video game. It was an easy choice for me when they were in the video game what to do the Dynasty for. I didn't even decide to do a vote at all. And with that, we're going to go into the dynamics of this Dynasty and see the settings coming up right about now here as we have it on varsity. As I said, I think the injuries are going to be on in this game. Coach firing is off for sure because this is not like NCAA Football 14 where we had where you can actually relinquish control of the coach. 12-minute quarters with the accelerated clock on as we look at it here. I think I set it to 15. Actually, no, I went back and set it to 20. Coach mode is going to be on, so that's how I'm going to do the Dynasty with coach mode. Coach suggestions, play calling, and all that stuff. Everything's going to be the same here. Nothing really for me to tinker with because really it's coach mode, and I think it's going to be mostly auto here. As we look at the Experience League announcement, auto recruiting, that's going to be off. I don't like auto recruiting at all. I hear recruiting is going to be a little more difficult in this game, especially with the NIL here. As I said, it's going to be a totally different Dynasty here. As we now look at our head coach led by Alonzo Carter, I'm going to be using the actual head coach. It's his first year as an FBS head coach. He was around the FBS ranks as an assistant coach, most notably as a running backs coach at the University of Arizona prior to taking the job here in Sacramento. He's going to run a spread offense. He graduated from my alma mater, Cal State Hayward, now Cal State East Bay. So that's a fun fact there here as we look at some of the expectations from the athletic director. And one of it is helping upgrade facilities at Sacramento State Stadium, which is not the real life stadium because they couldn't get it in time right now. As well as the defense should, force like 19 turnovers, and the offense needs to commit less than 20 turnovers for what I'm looking at right now. We're looking at now at the menu, the new Dynasty menu, and there we're looking at the blueprint for this, and a lot is going on, a lot of new changes here. Of course, we got recruiting NIL unavailable just yet because this is still the preseason roster or the preseason menu here. So it will not open up until I think week 0 or after our week 0 game, which I will let you know. It is a week 0 game that we're going to start off with. As we look at we cannot build a support staff coaching right now. However, we do have our two coordinators, and that is Eric Kiesau, an offensive coordinator, level 13. He is an elite recruiter. While we got Adam Clark as our defensive coordinator, he is also a level 13, but he is a master motivator, so that is the only two assistant coaches we have right now. And I do want to apologize to everybody because we're going to go over the rosters as best as I can. They're going to go by a little too fast here. I know Carson Coughlin is going to be the starting quarterback with Sherman, and then we got Scuggs and then McKinney as the quarterback room. I said they're going to go by a little bit too fast here. We got Jamar Curtis at the only 80 overall player on the Sacramento State team. That tells you just talent-wise how things are going. Rainey will be the backup as well as Collins at third. A lot of these players are probably not going to play anyways. We see Ian there that he rounds that out here. We have no fullbacks at all for Sacramento State, which we were going to have to recruit one. Then we got Matthew Coleman, the starting wide receiver here. We got Burrell, Moses Wilson, Ontario Smith Jr., the son of former Minnesota Viking running back Ontario Smith Sr., and they all both grew up in the Sacramento area. As we see Fernandez, and then we got Fresquez rounding everything off. As I said, I'm going to try to read some notable names, but these go by a little too fast, and I do apologize for that. As we look at the tight end, Jordan Williams will be the starter tight end. I think Anton will get some, as well as Kuntz will get some playing time. Some of these are the lower end of the draft when I go by fast with the lower end. Left tackle Brian Summers is the slated starter with Jackson Moore probably going to get some playing time. And then we have Watson to round out with McKay, and Watson will round it out. Then we got Hayden Fraser at left guard with Sheffield, I believe it's Sheffield that I'm looking at right now. I know Josh Hector is the starting center for the Hornets here. Slater will round out that one. Then we got Vay Soif will be the starting right guard. for the Hornets here. And then we're going to look at the right tackle here. We have Stallworth. That's Jeremiah Stallworth. Thompson, we looking at right there, as well as Vines to round out the right tackle and round out the offensive position. And now we go on the defense here. Xavier Williams, the starting left edge. And we're looking at Zay Adams, the starting right edge here, as we just keep looking down the list here. We have Polska and then Craver, I should say. And then the defensive tackle, that's going to be a lot here. Weber, we got Howard Jr. we saw there. There is Demetrius, and then there's Kalhoff, as that will end the last name of the defensive tackle. Then we have the only Sam there, and that is Derek Houston from Roseville, California, Sacramento area guy. Alex Rocha and Diego Davis will be your two Mikes, with Nelson and Reynolds as well. And for the Will position, I believe that's Will, you got Dante Antonini and Genti, two notable names there. Followed by the cornerbacks position here, Elias Milliken, Nichols, Thornton, Clem, Taylor. Wilson will round that out. And then for free safety, we have Silvera, Nixon, Mitchell, and then we have, of course, Warren Smith Jr. there. For strong safety, we have Carthon, Tucker, Gordon, Jefferson Turner and Jefferson will be rounded out. And then our kicker will be Justin Stovall from Denver, Colorado. And then we got three punters here. Wyatt Drag. Then we got Jay. And then, of course, we got Mike Melanson as well. So that is your roster for the Sacramento State Hornets here. And then we look at the schedule here. We start off week 0 at Eastern Michigan. Then we replace the FCS team with Air Force, then at Fresno State. That should be a fun one. Then we host North Dakota State in the newcomer tournament, in the newcomers for FBS. Then our first MAC home game will be against UMass, followed by a bye week, and then at Bowling Green, home to Ohio University, then at Ball State. The Ballasack game will be in Muncie. Then we got Kent State, then senior night against Toledo and Central Michigan at Central Michigan to round out the MAC slate of games. The last two games will be the Wednesday night MAC games, and then we'll end the season at Hawaii. So that is your schedule there. And of course, if we do well enough, we'll play in the MAC game in Detroit, Michigan. That's if, of course, we do well enough in season number 1. I don't expect that to happen. Recruiting class, we look at the quarterback situation here. We got 3 of them. We have Alan Boone, then we have Marvin Poindexter, then we got Al Grant, followed by the fullback with Soma Antolillo, who's a 2-star. Then we have Stephen Aurora, then we got Gordon Pope or Keenan Duggan, followed by Timothy Cohn at the right guards. Then we'll have Kona Cushenberry. That's actually a pretty funny name. He's 3-star left guard, as well as John Paredes. And then we look at Saucedo for the right edge, as well as who's 2-star right there. And then we got Madarano and then Simple. So those are our recruiting class right there. Then we got Lockett as well. And then for the Wills, we have Dom Edmond. Then we have Cam Adai. And then we have Riam Payne. So that is your Wills right there. For the Sams, we got Paris Valentine, Lester Barton. Oh yeah, then we got Valentine there. So sorry about that. This is going by a little too fast as well. And then we'll have Deshaun Pitts, DJ Milburn. Then we'll have Sledge, Ochi. And then we'll have Christian Janus. And then Christian Jowers, I should say. And then last but not least, Pierre Shabazz. So that is your recruiting class there. I'm sorry, it went a little bit too fast for me to read off the names, so I do apologize there. As we're going to leave this episode off here, coming up on the next video will be our first game, and it'll actually be a MACtion conference right off the bat, as we're in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Sacramento State at the Fighting Crosbys of Eastern Michigan. That is, of course, Eastern Michigan Eagles, because I say the Fighting Crosbys because Max Crosby plays in the NFL. That's where he came from. He plays for the Raiders. Hopefully he stays a Raider. Even despite the rescinded trade, there's still trade rumors for him. I don't know how much it's that's noise or actually legit. But if you like this channel, if you like this video, please hit the like, comment, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you are new to this channel, as well as hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do pop up. And then also in the description down below, there'll be a link to my Cash App, as well as where you can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter, or X/Twitter as well. And that will do it. I am Vinny from vdubproductions, and I am signing off.